Becoming conscious in this very moment, or any place, is the most incredible thing that may happen. Here and now is always the place. You start to realize, here's an alternative way of putting it, that you are aware of your awareness at this very moment. Being conscious is something you're well aware of. That much is certain, otherwise it would be a deception to claim that you are awake. The reason it occurs is that language is being used. A subject and an object are essential components of any phrase in the English language. Saying, "I am conscious," establishes a dichotomy between yourself and your consciousness, as if the latter were an adjunct to the former. One can more appropriately state, "I am consciousness." Both this consciousness and consciousness itself are who I am. To illustrate this point, I'll use the metaphor of a ripple in the ocean to show how one's consciousness goes far beyond their own form identity. Though it is not distinct, it is entirely transcended. As a little particle emerging from the ocean of consciousness, you cause a tiny wave to crash on the shore. My name is the ripple. I was born a certain way. I have accomplished this, and I failed at that. That awareness, however, is a product of the universal awareness. It is a part of the collective unconscious that is having an existential experience as a human. The English language lacks a word that encompasses both man and woman. Therefore, we are forced to use that expression, which I love. One German word, Mensch, blends the masculine and feminine nouns into a single entity. I don't think English has that. That being the case, you must use the word human being. Well, there's still the word man. Inhuman, some may argue, but that's beside the point. Because you are a sentient entity, I take that to mean that it is really useful. Your human form identification is your identity as this person. Your being form identity is your essence, the dimension that transcends form and connects you to all life. All of consciousness is interconnected with you. Being is like the ocean, and a human is like a ripple in this metaphor. Because you are a multidimensional individual, you must attend to both worlds. If you limit yourself to just the human aspect, you will be completely disoriented. Because of this, there are traditions that hold that you must achieve salvation, Buddhahood, or the cessation of suffering. If you don't go deeper than your human experience, your past, and the sad tale of me, you won't know where you're going. You ask yourself, what's my next move? What do I do next? On top of that, you're stuck in a never-ending loop of thinking, there it is. No, go this way. No, here. First, there is the person. Second, there is the being, which is consciousness. Like the ocean and its ripples, the being is greater than humans, but nevertheless contains them. Consequently, you should make an effort to immerse yourself in the condition of pure beingness or presence whenever feasible. Right now, this is happening. Think about it this way. Do you realize that you are conscious at this same moment? Nothing could be more self-evident or simple to understand in the end. That this beingness is absolutely essential to who you are. You are nothing more than a manifestation of awareness. You contain no concepts whatsoever. Giving up ideas is the only way to get to the heart of the matter. Next, you can examine the situation. Perceiving things by sight, sound, touch, or any other sense is a great spiritual practice. Become more adept at perceiving objects without immediately assigning them a mental label. Put aside your preconceived notions about what a tree is and just observe it. Gaze upon it, and as you do so, you will become aware of something lurking in the shadows. That state of consciousness can also be described as tranquility. There you have it, yet another marker leading to nowhere in particular. There is tranquility, but you must be attentive, else the tranquility will be snatched away by the restless thoughts racing through your head. Thus, a vigilant quietness pervades. You can look in that attentive silence. My advice is to start with more organic pursuits that don't require as much mental energy. It is possible to gaze upon a flower, a tree, or even the infinite expanse of the sky without attaching any labels to it. What happens right now? Do it here if you like. You can feel my presence, see my features, hear my voice, and take in every detail of this space, all while sitting here. The sensory experiences you're having right now are the most basic level of this instant. And that is, without a question, already an amazing thing. A person might be said to have come to their senses if they are able to separate themselves from the conceptualizing mind and become conscious of their sensory sensations. If you want to regain control of your thoughts and get out of your head, you have to interrupt your train of thought. Therefore, you deviate from the current of thought. Feeling the vitality, or inner body as I like to call it, within your own body is helpful. To experience the vitality that fills one's entire being is likely something you've done before, or at least read about in literature. Beyond the material realm, this exists. Every cell in your body is charged with some kind of energy. All of the body's systems are structured around this intelligence, which is a part of the one consciousness. One way to ground oneself in the here and now is to tune into that feeling. Feel the inner body, the vitality, and then look around. You'll be able to look once you can feel the body and look. It's just fantastic. I guarantee you will love it. Without labeling it, you'll be able to search around. No need to obsessively label or explain everything. If labeling is necessary, it will be present. The song suggests just letting things be. After that, you enter the state of being conscious. Yes, you are. And when you take your mind off of things, you see the world in a stunning new light. Then you've reached the level of form, where you become conscious of yourself as the observer rather than the historical person. Because mentally assigning labels to things would be a part of seeing through the historical person. No, you realize that you are the awareness that is the light within which the perception takes place. You are the consciousness that is beneath the perception. So, you're cognizant of both the form consciousness dimension and the formless consciousness level. The presence of God, the vastness of space, the absence of matter, the very core of existence. Not only is it not yours, but nobody's. This is it. For those who are asking, how does that square with God? I agree with you. You haven't brought up God. The phrase God has been widely misunderstood over the ages, although not by everyone. That is why I have refrained from mentioning God. You certainly don't have what it takes to comprehend God. To even make a statement would be ridiculous, because it's completely, really, all there is to a language are a handful of phonemes, a few noises produced by the voice box and atmospheric pressure. The basic sounds include the vowels A, E, I, O, and EU, and a couple of air pressure noises. Do you really think that a few noises can unlock the universe's mysteries? Also, you want God to explain who God is? However, I will continue speaking nonetheless. Leave a comment with the word "now" to pledge to live more mindfully. Like the video if it speaks to you, and share it with someone who could use a slow-down reminder. Please, Subscribe so that we can keep discussing the life-altering potential of being fully present. Another word that we can all find ourselves using these days is relax.